Hi, it's Jenny. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for my voice today. I've been sick over the last week. I've had a cold and I thought it was gone, but it's coming back. I don't understand really what's happening. But anyway, my throat is, it's pretty sore today and I don't have much of a voice. But I really felt like sitting down and talking really quickly before I head out because guys, I have just been in a funk and I've been trying to figure out how to talk about it on the channel and on my blog and my podcast, and I've just been having a really, really hard time putting into words what I'm feeling and thinking and experiencing right now, and like why this is happening, and like what my plans are, how I'm dealing with it. Like there are so many things that I could talk about, but I've just been having such a hard time putting into words what I want to say. I think the issue is that I just don't know what I want to say about it. So today I'm just here to say that I'm going through a rough time, and it's been a hard couple of weeks, and it's like I've had a couple days recently where I just have had to be super honest with myself and be like, today is not a day you're going to get anything done. Like today, if you want to spend the entire day on the couch and rest and not do anything and be a complete waste of life, it's okay. You are allowed to take some time. I took a nap the other day. I don't nap. I'm not a napper. So I napped for like the first time in forever. And I was like, that was actually really nice to just lay down in the middle of the afternoon because I needed it. But this is just not the type of thing that I am used to letting myself languish in. I'm usually a little bit more of a action person, like I'm pretty self-aware to the point where I know that I know when things are off. I know when I'm not thinking straight or functioning properly or being able to do as much as I usually do, or just be as functional. And when I'm struggling with that, I'm usually pretty good at being able to recognize it and saying, hey, Jenny, what are you doing? What can we do here to help the situation and to get you back on track? And that has been the thing that I have been struggling to do over the last couple of weeks, is just to actually take action and think through and like get straight in my head what I want to do to help myself right now, to help myself deal with this. And I just can't, because I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. Like I'm done. I'm done trying to deal with this funk. I don't want to be in it any longer. I'm done feeling really powerless and down and scared. It's been a lot of emotions that I just don't want to feel, and I don't want to be in this place. I don't enjoy it. I just don't feel good, and I don't feel happy. And so today is definitely a day where I got through halfway through the day and I was like, what are you doing? I have done nothing today, guys. I wrote like 2 emails. I'm off of work for the rest of the day because it is a holiday weekend. And I was just so tempted to lay on my couch and to just say, okay, I'm here for the rest of the day. This is it. This is what I'm doing. And then I got inspired to put together a YouTube video. It's just super easy. It's a couple of TikToks that I made that I'm really proud of, and I just put them together into one compilation and posted it on YouTube. And I was like, okay, we did something. That gave me a little bit of momentum and a little bit of push to actually like get up and get dressed and put makeup on and get ready to leave the house, because I don't have anything to do today. I've been very busy lately. I'm producing a play that is opening in a week from today. And so like I've just been busy, but today is my like one day off for the next week. And I was like, I don't have anything to do. I could spend the whole day at home just working on the couch, and it would be comfy and cozy, and hopefully I could get a lot done. Well, it's become clear to me that that's not going to happen. I'm not going to get a lot done because I can't focus. My brain is in a million places. It's moving too fast from one thing to another for me to be able to actually like sit down and write anything or focus a lot of time and energy on a task. So what I decided to do in the meantime is just to make myself feel better. Every single time I make this decision, it always works. It always helps me feel better. And I'm never sorry that I did it. So sometimes when I'm in a funk and when I'm down, if I have a little bit of free time, that I can just fuck off and say, like, I'm not going to worry about getting anything done for the rest of the day or working or being um, uh, words, Jenny, words, productive. If I'm not going to be productive, then I can make another choice. And that choice is to take care of myself and to do something that will make me happy. And getting dressed up, putting on a pretty dress, or like something that makes me feel just good, and going to a bookstore never fails to make me happy. That's it. It's a magic formula. Because I can get lost in a bookstore. I live in a very cute town, which I almost never actually take advantage of. I'm not out in town as much as I should be. It's 10 minutes away. It's charming and beautiful and fun. And I just love walking around. Like, I'm going to go get myself a boba tea. I'm going to walk around this incredibly cute historical town that I live in, that I almost never actually spend time in. And I'm going to go to the bookstore and I'm going to buy myself the new Emily Henry book because I've heard that it's great. I love Emily Henry's writing, and I know that it's going to make me feel good if I read that book this week. And I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to see if I can get the next Bridgerton book from the library that's on my list to read, which is Eloise's book. I'm hoping that they have it. And I'm just going to do that. Just taking myself out on a little main character day. Just in my mind, it might only be like 2 hours, and that's totally fine. I'm getting out of my house. I'm dressed up. I'm going to go buy a book, and I'm going to walk around this cute town and look at things and people and window shop. And then I'm going to sit by a beautiful lake with a boba tea. And I'm going to feel so much better after I've done that. So I'll try and film a little bit while I'm out around in town doing stuff. But yeah, I've just been having a really hard time trying to figure out what to say about what's happening, because I'm not on the other side of it yet. I envision in my head this gorgeous, YouTube video of me filming myself, in times like this when I've done a couple talking heads and sit down and talks where I've just sort of started talking because I knew that I wanted to say something, and then halfway through the video I stopped because I didn't know what I wanted to say anymore. Whatever I was trying to say or wanted to say, it was gone. It wasn't coming out of my mouth, wasn't happening. It's been really challenging for me. And I'm just like, so yeah. So I ditched it. But, I've been filming a little bit of what I've been up to recently. And I just have a video like in my mind that I want to create when I'm feeling better about all of this. And maybe I will have some sage advice to give and some lessons learned and like a really beautiful, powerful message about knowing ourselves and knowing how to take care of ourselves and support ourselves and how to get through the hard times relying on that. I don't know. Hopefully I'll have something like that for you at the end of the day. But right now, the best that I can do, giving that sentiment and keeping that sentiment and taking it to heart, is to just take an afternoon off from trying to make myself do anything that comes along with pressure. Because right now the pressure in my life is just squashing me. And I'm just going to step away from that for an afternoon and go do something that makes my heart happy, that I know is going to feel good. And I think that more than anything, that's the type of stuff that you have to lean into in these times to get yourself through it. There are also, of course, like real life things that I need to be doing and solutions that I need to be seeking out. And I am thinking about those things as well, I promise. But today, in this moment right now, I'm just going to go to a bookstore. And that's going to help a lot. So let's go. they did not have Eloise's book, which is no surprise because Bridgerton season 3 just came out and the show is huge, so I'm sure everyone is reading the books right now. But I did pick up TJ Klune's In the Lives of Puppets instead. I am a TJ Klune fan. I read House on the Cerulean Sea and absolutely adored it. And then I read Under the Whispering Door. That one was, it was so deep. It got me. So yeah, I really enjoyed those two. And so this is the next one in the Lives of Puppets that they have released since I started reading them. So I've been meaning to catch up with this one. So I'm glad that I was able to pick it up at the library. Now I'm going to go to the bookstore and buy myself something just for me.
So what exactly has been going on and what am I doing about it? Well, I'm in overwhelm and I'm also kind of in a freeze state and my nervous system has been really out of whack for a long time and it's been taking a toll on me. I am feeling very keenly the need to escape from a lot of the things that have been adding pressure to my life because that pressure has been building and making me feel like I'm really trapped under a lot of things right now. And as a human design projector, feeling that pressure, it's part of having an undefined root center for me that is one of the biggest banes of my existence, basically, is that I pretty much always feel this pressure to be doing things and taking action all the time. And the pressure to do and do and do, it's like I need to get things done so that I can actually relax and like take things off my plate and feel that relief. But unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that. You can act and act and act all day long trying to do and do and do and get whatever pressure all of those tasks are putting on you off of your plate, but something else will always pop up in its absence to replace it. So it's really kind of a pipe dream to think that you can ever just completely get rid of all of that pressure and just be fully relaxed and have none of that in your life anymore. And so the best way to deal with that root center being open for me, grounding is really important for me. And also looking at every day and trying to triage and prioritize action on things that are in alignment with my strategy and authority. So for me, I'm a self-projected projector. I've got to talk and figure out what is true for me. I do that by talking and speaking through things and working things out. I usually open a recorder app on my phone and I'll just talk through things till I know how I feel about it. Sometimes I can need a sounding board, so I might call a friend. But for the most part, talking to myself is how I do that. And then also looking at what has come into my life and been put on my plate because it is an aligned invitation that I've received to take part in something. And then what are all of the other things that are not in alignment with my strategy and authority that I have piled on or have had piled on me that are not things that I was invited into or things that feel true to me, like my need to do them or to take part in them or to take action on them feels true and important and right to me. And try to get rid of as many of those tasks and pressures as possible by strategizing ways to release them, whether it's handing them off to other people at work or hiring people to do home projects for me, because there's many things in my house that I want to do and that need to be done that I don't have necessarily the capacity or the knowledge or the skill or the want to do. And so there are options, right? But if I don't actually sit down and look at everything on my plate and think about it strategically like that, then they all just become like a big jumbled mess in my head of pressure. And it's just, I know that these things need to get done. But if I haven't thought them through and figured out either how I'm going to do them and when I'm going to do them, or if I'm not going to, then how else can I deal with this issue to get rid of that pressure, then I really can't manage any of that overwhelm that pressure causes me. Because I will feel, when the pressure gets too much on me, I will feel like I want to do anything I can to escape the pressure. And for me, sometimes that is dissociating, and that is distracting myself and scrolling, and sometimes it is just laying in a ball on my couch in freeze state, unable to do anything. And that's not the healthiest way, I think, to deal with it. But at the same time, allowing myself rest when I absolutely need those things, because sometimes I just can't do anything. And I need to sit and burrow myself in a big cozy blanket on the couch sometimes. But then, I've also got to remember that I have tools in order to deal with these things. There are exercises you can do to help regulate your nervous system. There's meditation, there's yoga, there's calling and talking to people who you care about and who care about you. Obviously, there's so many things available to me. I can get out of my house and go for a walk in nature. That does a lot to help calm me and make me feel less overwhelmed and relieve the pressure for a little bit while I think things through and take a couple minutes to breathe. So I am doing that stuff. I am also getting assessed for ADHD because I'm beginning to believe more and more every day, the more that I educate myself about it, that I do have ADHD. And that is something that has been a part of my life, my whole life. I never even thought to imagine that I might have ADHD. It just was never on my radar until the last couple of months. And now everything is making so much more sense in context of my life with that as a part of the picture. So I'm also working on that and hoping that maybe that will provide some answers and some guidance and some ways that I can help cope and manage the things that are contributing to this kind of whole situation right now, which is definitely related to that. Because you can go through good periods, you can go through bad periods when your ADHD symptoms are more manageable and less manageable. Right now, I'm in a very bad period where everything is very unmanageable, and I'm having so much difficulty doing things, like motivating myself to do the things that I want to do, actually taking action and organizing my life and thinking straight and managing the distractions in my brain. And my brain is just going 1,000 miles a minute, and it is just exhausting. But I'm also exhausted because I can't sleep. So there's just so many things that are kind of just all piling on right now. And so I'm trying to be as kind to myself as I can, giving myself as much grace as I can, but actually also thinking about the strategies that I can use to get healthier and get help and get back to a better place. And so today, this trip to the bookstore was one of those things that came into my mind, and I immediately knew that it would help. And so I went to the bookstore and I wore something cute and I wandered around town and I drank boba, and then I got ramen for dinner and I got a new book, and it was a really good day. And it was nice to feel a little bit more like myself and to be out in the world where I didn't have to sit and stare at a computer feeling all of the millions of things that I want to and need to do piling up on top of me, and just get away for a little bit. So yeah, if anyone else is feeling this way, what are those things for you? What is that thing that helps you feel better, that gets you out of your head, into your body, and out in the world maybe a little bit more, so that you can feel like a little bit more of that relief and that sense of purpose and living in the moment and being a part of the world? I think that no matter what you're dealing with is helpful for everybody to remember that they have the ability to access. You just have to know what those things are for you and go out and do them. I know you won't be able to do them every day. I can't, get dressed up every day and go to a bookstore and treat myself to dinner every day, but every now and then, when things get really bad, I do it, and it always helps. So, yeah, that's what's going on with me right now and how I'm trying to deal with it. But I'm glad that you came along with me for this little sojourn into town, and that you're still listening, and that you have been hanging around to the end of this video. I appreciate it so much. So please comment below if you can relate to any of this. If you have advice for me, I would love to hear it. But thank you so much for watching and being a part of this process and this journey with me. I'll talk to you next time. I'm Jenny. Bye.